Hi there, well my name is Jennifer Foster of the Energy Dynamic Model Academy, the only place in the whole world to discover and learn all about human energy. I recommend you take the courses because they will empower you to not only improve your experience of life but learn how to create a better world by using your imagination and going with the flow and realizing that we actually can create whatever we like. All right. I'm reading out at the moment from the book The Energy Dynamic Model, The Complete Works. I'm on page 35, so please listen and please comment, and if you like, share and subscribe, that would be great. So 2010 to 2015. My personal situation dramatically changed during this time. Luckily, I was able to adapt to the situation and carry on with my work, but in a different way. I wrote the 2 Energy Dynamic Model books, made a film with some of my family clients, and spent time creating content to illustrate the patterns that had been discovered. I made well over 100 videos which I used later on in the online academy. It was a very exciting time, but also quite strange as I was having to deal with some really challenging situations in my personal life. Luckily, because I knew about the energy dynamic model, it was now called EDM for short, and how to stay grounded and resilient, I was able to get through, but even so, it was tough. I started to have some new one-to-one clients towards the end of 2015. One of them was a young man, a musician, who felt angry. I was explaining to him in our second session about the power needs and who you are, and how that once you start to generate good feelings, the path of grief starts to diminish, and so the anger you may feel in the present has less intensity. He didn't understand what I was saying. Meanwhile, in my office, I had a sculpture that one of the young people who I was working with had made for me by copying a design I had developed based on the EDM as a project for his homework. It showed symbolically how the feelings and who you are work together and created your experience of life. I saw this sculpture out of the corner of my eye and I was inspired. I picked it up and asked the client to hold it. I took the part of the sculpture away that represented feeling safe in your environment and receiving love and care from the people around you. I told him that if you didn't have these things, then you will have gaps in your good feeling area. This would mean you're likely to be switched up into your mind zone and then controlled by the person up there who may press an emotion button, and you will probably experience anger. The young man picked up the sculpture and looked at it. He then picked up the missing circles and realized what he was lacking. His eyes changed. He understood. When I saw him a few weeks later, he said his anger no longer had control over him, and he knew how to make sure he was in a situation that was good for him. This made me realize there was a fast-track way to learn about the energy dynamic model. By creating physical objects that were both a symbolic representation of the idea and a real-world way of helping people focus on what they needed to every day, the brain could quickly and effectively make new neural paths, allowing the person's energy dynamic to switch much more quickly into the positive feeler dynamic. It seemed to be all about knowledge of how you worked, your energy dynamic, and then all about the focus. I started to learn how to make them. So jump onto the website www.energydynamicmodel.com. I've got about 2 whole website pages and loads of videos all about these towers that I started to develop then. More about this in the next chapter. See you soon. Bye bye for now.